Hey guys, welcome to quarantine workout number 2. It's another at-home cardio workout with a little bit of core exercises. Another 10 exercises, 2 rounds, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds rest in between each exercise. The first half are going to be mainly cardio, and the second half is going to be core exercises. You'll just need a little bit of space, like your living room or a room or outside, anywhere, and maybe a yoga mat to lay down on because we will be on the floor mainly for the core exercises. And lastly, you'll need some water. All right, let's hit it. Thanks, guys.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with a 3-minute warm up. You're gonna see about just 6 different exercises and we'll do them for about 30 seconds. So here we go. We're gonna start off with jog in place. Maybe you wanna roll out your arms other way. Or pump your arms. And 5, 4, 3, 2, high knees. Make sure you have that exercise started. Pump your arms, get your knees up. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, butt kickers. We want to keep our knees facing the ground and getting our heels up to our butt. Maybe pump your arms a little bit. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, we're gonna lunge. So just bring one up to neutral and then kick one foot back. Long lunges. You'll see this again in the actual workout. So make sure your knee isn't passing your toe and that the back knee isn't touching the ground. So 4, 3, 2, we got Frankensteins. So opposite arm and opposite foot. Now go ahead and touch. Give yourself a little bit of a hamstring workout or stretch. Woo. 4, 3, 2. We're gonna go ahead and do tiny arm circles here. Make sure we're breathing, maybe working up a little bit of a sweat. And then go ahead and make those a little bit bigger. Then we're gonna go ahead and switch directions, tiny ones backwards. And then go ahead and do big ones. All right, now that we've warmed up for 3 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the larger portion of this workout. It's about 20 minutes, 19 and 45 seconds to be exact. We have 10 different exercises, 45 seconds on and then 15 seconds off. And let's go ahead and start with alternating jump, lunge. All right, so we're gonna jump. I like to do this with my arms. I feel like it gives me a little bit more of a balance. And just like in the warm-up, when we saw the lunges, we want to make sure that our front knee doesn't pass our toes. That we're doing a really long lunge, and that our back knee doesn't hit the ground. For a modification, we can go ahead and just step one at a time. Back, Make sure we're breathing in 4, 3, 2. All right, the next thing we're gonna see is squat thrusts. They look very similar to a burpee, but instead we're gonna squat down and jump our feet back. All right, 3, 2, 1. They're slow and controlled movements. They're gonna drive our heart rate up while still getting a similar technique to a burpee. So we wanna squat down, drive our hips back, plant our hands, kick our feet out, and come back up. We wanna contract our core when we're jumping back in. For an alternate modification, we can go ahead and just stick one foot out at a time. We got 2, 1. C is a walking plank. So you're gonna start in a high plank, and then you're gonna go down to your forearms one at a time. We're gonna go ahead and start here. And 3, 2. These are also slow and controlled movements. Make sure that you're pulling your core tight so there isn't a ton of wobbling and that we are breathing. For a modification, we can get down onto our knees. Make sure the tops of our feet are flat on the ground. Engage our core. 5, 4, 3, 2. The next thing we have is just high knees. Pretty classic high knees, just like so. And 3, 2. Want to pump those arms. Drive your knee up, like so. For a modification, you can go ahead and just do this. Drive one up at a time. Or I'll go ahead and get a little hop into it. Put your hands out there for assistance. Make sure you're getting your knees up high. Chest up high, leaning back a little bit. 3, 2. So we also saw this in our first workout. We're gonna go ahead and squat down and then connect our right to our left side. Squat down, right to our left side. So we're just gonna stay on our right side, because we're gonna see this again in the second round. We'll go ahead and do the left side. A pattern you might see is a lot of these movements are pretty slow and controlled. Put your hands by your temple, that you're really squeezing your core when you engage and connect. We have about 5 more seconds here. 3, 2. Next, we're gonna be back on the ground. We're gonna get on our forearms in a plank position, up on our toes, and we're gonna go ahead and twist from left to right. Ready, go. These might feel a little bit awkward at first, with your feet going side to side. But go ahead and not necessarily touch the side, but just a micro inch above the ground, and then switch. A bit of a modification, you can get your feet or your knees down on the ground and switch side to side. or up on your toes. On our forearms, going right to left, left to right. Make sure you're breathing, keeping your core tight. Shoulder taps. So we're gonna go ahead and tap our shoulders like so. Stay in the high plank and go ahead and tap your shoulders. Engage your core. Make sure your shoulders are just right over your wrists. Maybe you want to get down on your knees. Plant the tops of your feet down onto the ground. Angle forward and tap, tap. Five, 4, 3, 2. Get down onto the floor. We're gonna go ahead and sit and turn on the meaty part of our glutes. And we're gonna kind of be angled up like so. And you wanna kind of lay down and have your opposing arm laying flat down on the ground. And then you're gonna go ahead and crunch and then straighten up, just like so. So we're gonna go ahead and start that clock. So go ahead and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Make sure that the arm that is on the ground isn't doing a ton of the work. Keep on going, guys. Keep on pushing through. You should feel it right here in your oblique. We have about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is a C crunch. You're gonna go ahead and lay down right on your back. Make a C with your legs here, sort of like a reverse tabletop. And you're gonna go ahead and pulse up 3 times and come down. We're gonna start right now. Go ahead and bring those feet up. 1, 2, 3. Quick tap and up. It's kind of like somebody's throwing a medicine ball at you and you're catching it as you come down and you're throwing it as super hard as you can when you're coming up. Make sure you're breathing through all these exercises and that your lower back is engaging onto the floor. You don't want that back arching at all. We have about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, the next thing that we have is V-ups. So going along with the alphabet here, C and then a V. So we're gonna go ahead and pulse up 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3. After those 3 pulses, you kind of get to give yourself a little bit of a stretch when you lay back down. But it's 3 pulses, and you go down. 3 pulses. Make sure you're breathing, trying to get your legs as straight as you can. Kind of stamp the bottom of your feet to your ceiling. We have 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go ahead and start back up with alternating lunges in about 10 seconds. So make sure that you're actively moving. Maybe you're doing a little bit of a jog like so. But 3, 2, we've got alternating lunges. For more of a challenge, you're adding that jump into it. Maybe you're keeping your core tight, coming as low as you can. And again, for another modification, you can always come to neutral and step back, step back, step back. Or for a challenge, you're jumping. And in 4, 3, 2, we're gonna go ahead and do those squat thrusts. So very similar to a burpee, but instead, squat down, slow and controlled, plant your hands down and jump back. Jump up and come straight up. Alrighty, squat down, plant our hands down, jump back, jump forward, stand up. Or you squat down, plant your hands down, right foot back, left foot back, right foot forward, left foot forward, and you're pushing up. We have about 5 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2. Whew. All right, we're gonna see a walking lunge or a walking plank again. We're gonna stand in a high plank, shoulders over our wrists, and go down on our forearms and up. And 2. And maybe you're alternating which hand drops down and which one assists you in coming up. Make sure you're breathing, contracting your core. Maybe you're gonna come down onto your knees. Plant your tops of your feet down and go down and come up. Down and up. Nice job, guys. We're gonna go into high knees. A little bit of an active recovery. 3, 2. We're gonna go ahead and drive those knees up. You're either going quick or you're bringing one up at a time, like so. Or you're actively engaging your arms, up and front, up and out. Or you're just having your hands right on tops of your knees. Drive those knees up, chest lifted. 4, 3, 2. Whew. Alrighty. We got squat with knee elbow connect. So like so. And let's go on the left side, or the opposing side you didn't do on the first round. Squat down, connect. Squat down, connect. Make sure that when you're squatting down, you're engaging your core, you're hinging at your hips. So you're kind of sitting down in an imaginary chair, pushing those hips back. Your feet might be a little bit angled outwards, and your knees are definitely not going over your toes when you go down. About 5 seconds here. 3, 2. All right, guys, we're in our core exercise half of the second round, so we are almost done. Just 5 more exercises left. I went ahead and switched the orientation of my yoga mat, so it's horizontal now. We're gonna go get on our forearms, and we're gonna do plank twists. So we still have a little bit of a resting period here. But go ahead and set up. In 3, 2, take the breaks that you need. You know your body best. Make sure you're just slightly touching the bottom. We have about 10 more seconds left. 2. Whew. All right. Next thing that we have are plank shoulder taps. So we're gonna go ahead and tap our shoulders like so. Stay in the high plank and go ahead and tap your shoulders. Engage your core. Make sure your shoulders are just right over your wrists. Maybe you want to get down on your knees. Plant the tops of your feet down onto the ground. Angle forward and tap, tap. Five, 4, 3, 2. Now we have our side oblique crunches next. Do the opposite side that you didn't do the first round. We're gonna start in 3, 2. Make sure you wanna sit on the meaty part of your glute. Two pulses, maybe 3, and then release. You guys are doing great. For a modification, maybe you set that bottom leg down and you're crunching with your top knee only. You have about 5 seconds left. 3, 2. We're looking at C crunches again. Remember a reverse tabletop with your feet or your legs. 3, 2, pulse 3 times, and then quick tap down, pulse 3 times, quick tap down. Remember, pretend like somebody's throwing you a medicine ball and you're catching it and you're throwing it as aggressively and as hard as you can. Keep your lower back engaged onto the floor. You don't want that thing coming off of the ground. 4, 3, 2. All right, we are on our last exercise. We're gonna go ahead and do V-ups in 5, 4, 3, 2. Maybe 3 quick pulses up and go ahead and come down. You want those legs straight as you can. Feet flexed and flat like they're pointing at, or they're stamping the ceiling. You want to bring your shoulders up off the ground. We have about 5 more seconds left. 3, 2. We're gonna go ahead and just breathe. and go to our right or our left. And we're just gonna get a nice side lunge stretch. Did a little bit of squatting and lunging. Stretch out your legs. Maybe we should switch sides. Reach down to the floor, or maybe come to the center for a hamstring. And in 3, 2, we're gonna get down on our knees, put our right or left leg forward, and we're just gonna go ahead and lean forward so that we get a nice hip flexor stretch. All right, we're gonna plant our hands down and switch. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and do a nice knee hug. Just go ahead and bring one leg up and pull your knee close to your chest. Go ahead and switch. That was a great workout.